Yo, what's up, everybody? Your boy JC, Everyday Thoughts is in the building. Everybody gather around. You know what time it is.
How we doing?
Good. How's everybody doing
Do
tonight?
you know if there's a step stool? Do you work back here? Okay.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Huh?
No, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
What's going on, Tanya? What's going on, everybody? Everybody feel about the Ti situation? He's telling his woman, not his woman, but his daughter about her. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I'm good. Blessed and highly favored.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into it. Ti situation, trying to monitor his daughter's virginity. What's your take on it?
You know, I feel like I can see both sides of the situation. Um, but initially for me, it seemed both hilarious and disturbing. And I say hilarious simply because having a hymen intact or not intact doesn't determine virginity. I think it's hilarious because it just proves that him and a lot of other people, male and female, because a lot of people they saw absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of people who are still very ignorant to how the female human body works. So that's why it was hilarious to me, but it was disturbing just simply because, it's just a very, very archaic way of approaching the situation.
Yeah, my standpoint is, I understand he's trying to be protective of his daughter. 'Cause a lot of times you do got the kind of rap of either be a deadbeat, but sometimes you can you're either a deadbeat or you can be overprotective, maybe being a father. So I kind of go where he come from, but it has to be balanced. So you can't be one way towards your daughter, and then you let your son do what you want to do. And a lot of times, a lot of men they'll sit there and want to play the field, and next thing they know they have a daughter. The next thing they know they want someone to care for her and tend to her. Well, he's not really
Mm-hmm.
tending and living towards the woman he's been with and slept with. So you just got to be cautious of that as well too.
Yeah, it's so hilarious. I was talking to my mom about this, like how oftentimes the men who are, I guess they grew up or however they went about their lives, they ran through women or they did their girlfriends dirty or whatnot, and eventually in life they are blessed with a female child. And it's so funny how often that happens. Now it happens so often. And some people believe in karma, some people don't. But I guess you can say it's a little bit of them having their karma, and now they're having to worry about a female child who's theirs, and her being able to navigate and, not end up in the same situations as some of the women who they've dealt with have been through. And that's also why it's still funny too, because I mean, of all people to be so worried about hymens, you know he cheated on his wife. He went to the public and told people that he felt like his marriage and his family were holding him back when it's helped to make him famous. I mean, it's like, that's just so crazy. And then she's an adult too, so. But I was thinking, you know how rich people do. Maybe he has some sort of contract with her, and maybe it has to do with money and her, you know, remaining a virgin until a certain age or whatever. People with money do all type of shit. Maybe they might have that type of situation. I don't know. But it is a little weird, and yeah, we need more fathers who are overprotective or protective of their children, especially in the black community. But you can be overbearing and overprotective and a little psycho, and that's not good either, because once she is set free and she's no longer under her father's watchful eye, she's gonna go nuts. She's gonna go crazy, and she's gonna be fucking everybody. I hope not, but a lot of times that's what happens. They're like, yes, freedom. I'm gonna just do whatever, and that can make them, bad off too. So.
Yeah, but I kind of can see where his point is because he does have a lot of money. Because you go out here, sleep with the wrong guy, you get pregnant, then his money is going to be tied into the pregnancy. He's going to be drawn
Mhm.
into it. So you're not just an average woman. You're someone's daughter, your Ti's daughter.
Yeah,
So you have to
T.I.'s
be.
daughter. Your father's a
Yeah,
multimillionaire.
that's what I'm saying. So you
Because
just got to be
even
cautious.
when, yeah, and he should be that way too with his sons, because, if I was T.I., I wouldn't want a son that ended up like Future with 10 kids for, I don't know, 15 baby mamas or whatever. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to always make money because he has to maintain all those women or all those children who want X amount of dollars every month, you know? And it's just like, well, if you're gonna make such an effort to hound on women to do these things, males, they also are at a disadvantage when they're just wielding their damn sword wherever and dropping babies and whoever, raising their kids however, because a lot of times the kid is with the mother for the most part or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're just not aware or conscious. They're just, having fun, living their life as they say, but then in the same breath, they're going to want to complain about child support and who's spending his money and how. Well, be more conscious of where the hell you laying that thing.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is, I mean, just be cautious. I mean, you want to wait till marriage, that's cool. If you're not, just be cautious. Make sure you're protected. So make sure you got both get tested. Make sure you're all on the same page. Like I said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not here to like hold your hand. Like you're gonna do grown up stuff, and you come of age, or just be cautious of it. That's all I ask for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all been young before. Like we know that we were able to hide certain things from our parents,
Yeah,
and
that's why
for a lot of us, the more like the more they hounded us with certain things, for a lot of us, the more clever we sort of got at hiding that shit and still getting away with it, still going out there and doing certain things. But, there's nothing wrong with being involved and trying to guide your children. That's your purpose. But that whole checking for a hymen when a hymen really doesn't even determine anything. There are girls who weren't born with hymens. There are girls who got their hymens detached from riding bike or doing that equestrian shit. A lot of girls riding that freaking horse. I don't know what it is about riding a horse, but for a lot of girls, that makes it pop too. So that doesn't determine. And even some women, they can have sex and it still doesn't detach. So it's like I said, it's just very ignorant, for lack of a better word,
yeah,
to
yeah,
judge it by that.
yeah, very ignorant. Like I said, you got to be cautious. Like I said, I'll tell I'll tell the son, I'll tell the mother, and the son and the daughter same conversation. I'm not gonna have, well, you're my son, you can
Mhm.
go out here and fuck all these women, but at the same time, my daughter, you gotta have your legs closed. And a lot of times, women they go out here, they get pregnant, and a lot of times the father don't even want to be, he don't want nothing to do with her or the child. So, you're not really setting a good example for your children if you're, you know, playing side
Um,
or you're double or you're playing parents in a double standard way. I don't think that's healthy for both genders.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And I don't have any kids yet, but I was once a kid, and I just feel like I don't know. The best thing is to always lead by example. Example. And to me, Ti, he needs to really work on that
Yeah,
because kids or anybody, they don't do as you say. They do as you do. Whether it doesn't matter how many times you try to bash it into them or talk their ear away about what you want them to do. If you aren't actually doing it and they can't see it, they can't smell it, they can't live it, like they can't see you actually doing it, like, oh, this actually works, like it, you know what I mean? It's not gonna resonate with them.
yeah. That's why I say you
It's
gotta be
not
the.
gonna stick.
That's why I say you gotta be the example you want others to follow. You can't be out there disrespecting women or cheating on your wife, expect your woman or your daughter not to see that and grow up with the same behavior. So, you have to set the
Mm-hmm.
example, love on Tiny or whoever you will, and just make sure that you set a good precedent for your sons and your daughters. Not just your daughters, but the sons as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let me read some of these comments. April said, "Cut it out. This is not concern. This is a clear case in preservation." Atlanta said, "Why he wait until she is grown to check her?" He was saying he done that. He been taking her to the clinic for about 2 3 years though, so I don't know about all that.
2 or 3 years. And how old is she again? Do
I
you
think,
know how old she
I think
is?
she's 18.
So I wonder what the so I wonder if her mother has been going with her all this time, and then all of a sudden he started going to it instead because she's of a certain age. I feel like he must be got some rich people contract or something where he's like, you better not have no baby while you a teenager or whatever. If you want to get this money that I'm about to pass on to you or something. I feel like that's probably what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It sounds like some rich people stuff.
Oh yeah, like pretty much. We just gotta, like I said, just gotta be cautious. People are coming for you, like I said, but you gotta set the example you want your children to follow. They see you loving your
Mm-hmm.
wife right, and a lot of times they'll emulate that. So it ain't just about saying, do this, do that, but it's also about showing them and you know
Mm-hmm.
what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he really could have kept that shit to himself. She didn't have to tell the world. I know she's so damn embarrassed. Oh my God. Like I know nobody asked about that girl's hymen.
yeah, that's crazy right there.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, like I said, he just being like, I mean, if he would say overprotective, but like I said, I think he's just trying to look after himself, his whole empire, and basically like if he been on the street, he don't want his daughter going through the same phase that he did. It all come down to a lot of times, a lot of men that get older, like, you know what, I had my fun, I have a daughter now learn from what I messed up with. So don't go out there, you go out there, have fun, but learn from my mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And, some people just hard headed. Some people, they could be surrounded by people who've been there, done that, and they tell them, don't do this, or if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. And for some people, they just gotta see it for themselves.
Yeah, and also, do you want to have open communication where she's able to come to you, talk to you, like, hey,
Hmm.
this is what's going on. Want feeling like where it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's uncomfortable. You guys have, an open door where y'all can talk and discuss anything. And nothing's off limits. Nothing's like shocking to each other. So,
Hmm.
that should help. But even in those cases, you still have sometimes some men and women they'll still have their own secret within themselves that they may not share with you. But at least that's like best shot having is having that open door policy with your kids. That way they'll know that um,
Hmm.
they can come to you about anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And also
Especially,
too,
especially in our community.
you don't want to wait until like they get into middle school or they take sex education to learn about their bodies and stuff. You don't wait till then. You want to sit them down early. That way they'll know what to expect once they get
Hmm.
older.
Yeah, and they know what you want them to know. At least when they first get those thoughts into their brain, it's their parents who's teaching them, not some random whoever that might be saying whatever, and explaining all type of craziness.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, like I said, the like so you're a child, your children's first teacher, so you have to make the good example. Um,
Hmm.
don't be waiting for no teacher, no pastor to tell your kids how to about sex and like that. You gotta be out there and telling them what it is, what it's not.
Mm-mm. They'll be just like freaking Eddie Murphy on Interview with a Vampire when he was the preacher. What he say? Evil is good.
Yeah,
They'd be like, yeah, that hole is
yeah,
good.
yeah, but yeah, also too, I don't understand why all the pressure on a woman. The man can go out here and get a lot of women pregnant at the same time, though. But
Hmm.
sometimes we always tend to focus on the woman
They
getting
call that
pregnant.
nation building now.
Yeah, like her getting pregnant. The only thing I can only say is probably because she didn't want to bring the baby home. That's the only thing that I can say that's like the difference between the two. So, but like I
Yeah,
said, it's
yeah.
all.
I think that has a lot to do with it too.
But yeah, like I
Cause it's
said,
like, shoot,
no, like I
he
said,
have he's having a kid for, or he's passing on his seed to whoever, and the mother, she's the first teacher. She's going to be raising this child up, however she wants. So if you are a man, you just got to be very, very aware and just very cautious of who you pass your legacy on to, and whose hands you lay that into. Because a lot of these women are crazy. A lot of them are crazy, head fucked up, and they'll have your kids doing all type of shit.
yeah, yeah, like I said, one thing, man, one thing father got to teach his sons. You gotta take your seed, take your sperm, your legacy. You know, all
Hmm.
having about 4 or 5 different bad mamas. That's unacceptable, man. But to each his
Mm.
own.
Better be a millionaire or something.
Yeah,
Don't be no regular person all day.
yeah. Like I said, you can't be sleeping with everybody. Everybody. You gotta have self-respect for yourself too.
Hmm.
But
That's the truth.
but yeah, you got anything else you want to add to it?
Um, I would just say the whole checking the hymen thing, even if even if you feel, he's being, protective or whatnot, the whole idea of it is just illogical, because having it intact or not intact, it doesn't determine whether a girl is a virgin or not. Because so many situations, because it's such a very, I guess, delicate part of the body, so many different things can cause it to detach or whatever. So just the idea of it, checking there's no logic behind that. So whether somebody just feels, oh, emotionally, oh, this is his right, this is what he should do or what he shouldn't do, that's your opinion. But scientifically, it does not determine virginity or lack thereof.
Yeah.
So that's just my last thought on it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it don't really depend on if she's a virgin or not. But like I said, I'm not really knocking. If people parent their own way, their own lifestyle, may agree, disagree, but at the end of the day, at least he showed
Mm-hmm.
child support for us. He could be a deadbeat. Not saying you want to set the bare minimum, but a lot of times you don't get it. They don't even want to be valid with the kids, so at least you get a little bit of it. A little concern. So
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
It is what it is with their rich ass.
but yeah, though, I appreciate you joining me tonight. Until next time, everyone have a blessed night. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right.